All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our halftime show. I liked that 1v1 that we got. That's perfectly placed, considering what we just got to see out on the Rift. And also some great things coming out from Golden Guardian.
It's like it was timed that way.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much, Magical. Now, talking about our halftime show, what we're going to be doing, it is going to be pep talks for this one. Figured with where the stand-ins are at, this could be a nice one to get these teams hyped up for not only this next series, but also heading into Proving Grounds. Ooh. So, anyone who's not familiar, they're going to be getting a prompt of a player or team. Little spoiler of what's to come, time dependent. And then you have to give an impassioned pep talk to try and make your player do that much better the next series in Proving Grounds going forward. And if they are successful, you can take full credit for that. Understood?
Yes.
Great. Copy?
I nodded. Oh yeah, I'm in.
You do? Okay.
I'm just mentally preparing.
Okay, I'm just checking in on you. It's all good. All right. So, I'm going to swap it up today. Normally, I pull names from my hat, and it's completely random. But today, I'm going to have you two pick the player out for each other.
Ooh.
So you can pick the player for whatever reason you want, whether you think that player needs a pep talk, whether you don't think the other person likes the player very much, and you just want to be that person about it, whether you just think you're really good and you want that little extra boost, whatever your reasons may be, I won't question them.
I already got mine picked.
For me,
all right, well,
I've got mine for you.
Well, hopefully it's not the same.
That's a good idea. Good point.
That was a good point. All right, well, Magical, you spoke up first, so I'll let you give the prompt for Cubby to start.
So yeah, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give Cubby concept.
Oh yes. Okay. Concept. Concept. What is a pep talk I had to say for concept? All right, concept. Concepts, I appreciate you as a top laner because in a meta where you have to play towards bot, you are really good at taking one for the team. And it's always been that way. Whether it's blinding tanks, just to get bashed in by an Aatrox, and still making the most you can out of team fights. That really is something you excel at, which is a skill that you can really go far on as a top laner. I mean, Solo's in LCS again this split. That's probably that's something that Solo's done very well in his career. Now, what I like about Concept taking one for the boys sometimes is in that game, it was a Wukong flex pick. And Concept, I know that you have really wanted to play your Gnar. You drew Gnar bans yesterday somehow, as someone that really has played minimal to no Gnar in their career until now. And until Champs Q, where you have been spamming Champs Q with an absurd amount of Gnar that you are blinding into whatever you can. I respect the practice, I respect the hustle, but I also respect you still knowing when to take one for the boys. Take Wukong into the top lane, and still smash with it and 1v3. This guy doesn't need any help in the top lane. Who cares, Concept? Keep on doing your thing. It doesn't matter which champ you have. It's just you versus the team, and when you come out on top, you're good. And that's actually was a big part in what helped GG get that game. Concept, keep it up. I really think you've been swept on the back half of the split. I've got no other thing to really give you a pep talk for besides I would like to see more Urgot. I really miss Urgot play. Your Urgot was very good. You know what? Singed should be played at support. That's my hot take for you, Mad Magical. That's a gift.
I like it.
Just for you.
This isn't the hot take section, yeah?
Yeah, that's just a gift for you, Mad Magical. As I really like the Singed support that Wahens has been busting out. Was busting out, I should say. All right, moving on. Mad Magical.
Oh my.
All right, I gotta say that was like half pep talk, half fanboying, but we'll
I thought it was what pep
they smashed the last game.
Kind of are, yeah.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Cubby, who do you have picked out for Magical?
Magical, you've been really on the Breezy hype train so far this year. You want to give Breezy some words of encouragement after he just took down Prismal. Prismal might have internalized what happened in that 1v1 and taken it out on Breezy in that last game.
I mean, Breezy, sometimes things happen that way. Games don't always go your way. Oh, there's my internet. Okay, there we go. My internet seemed like it was on the fritz a little bit. It was cutting out for me. But
these pep talks are too powerful.
Yeah, it's got the emotions. But Breezy, you got this, man. You can 1v9 on support. I've seen you do this. There's a reason why we discussed you last split as being one of our best supports. There's a reason why you're still in the conversation as one of our top 3 supports. You have been performing so well, even with the turbulence that you've had on CLG, with the roster swaps, the changes, even having to play with different ADCs, because They didn't have Beach right away. You've done an excellent job of always playing to what your team needs, as well as playing aggressive, finding those angles, finding these plays. And really, my only advice to you is just keep doing what you're doing. Let the team around you try to see if they can keep up with you, because if you make the shot calls, if you have that conviction, yeah, we're going for this play now, you're following me, you guys will win.
All right.
All
right.
I would like to add and advise that maybe, you might want to also dictate when the team shouldn't fight, as I think that might have helped CLG a little bit in the last game.
Boo. Who doesn't want to fight? Boo. Always fighting.
Rift Herald fight, not great. Going up against Akali and Nocturne at 6, I wouldn't take that. No, I'm not a fan.
I like the audible boos for the not fighting. I feel like that's relatable. Even maybe just because we're not color casters, so we just want the chaotic approach to things. Yes. But I want to see the Sun fights. I want to see all the chaos that goes down. In League of Legends, yes.
Yeah. All right. I like that. We love our action here in Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the Canadian. You go to the hockey games to see the fight. It's the same thing with League of Legends.
Well, you know the joke about hockey, right?
Watch them go through laning.
You know the joke about hockey?
We got to hear this
a fight in a hockey game broke out.
What?
I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
Oh, okay. Sit here. All right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna move past the joke. Thank goodness. Let's get us out of here. It's time to head into the champ select to see if it's gonna be easy peasy, pop off for easy, or if it's gonna be GG's for Golden Guardians. I'll send it off to you two. Have fun.
Well, we'll see. Golden Guardians are looking pretty hot. This is their second game in a row they've won. Now they can make it a third one. And when you look at their record, they've only gotten 7 wins in this entire split. That means just in the last 2 days, that'd be 3 of 8. Nearly half of their games would have been won in this 1 week alone.
Yeah, 2 of 8, but with the two of the last 3 getting wins, that's big for Golden Guardians. We will see though if CLG can reset, as the Zamboni has been taken to the Rift. We are going into game 2 in our best 2, and I want to see Concepts Gnar, as that Wukong was first picked by CLG. It's been a big pick for Kevy. He's 5-1 on the Wukong since he came over with his Oceanic Visa. Concept, Silas plus Yone are taken away. You've been spamming the hell out of Gnar and Champs Queue. Now's the time, man. Take the Gnar. You want to play it.
But
I want to see you play Concept.
I want to see him play it too, but this is Jenkins. Jenkins is someone who likes to play some crazy stuff in the top lane that can punish Gnar. They have locked that in for you for Concept, and I'm curious to see what the counter is going to be, because I expect that to be picked pretty early on for CLG.
Gwen's an option. We could even see a Sejuani. I'm also curious to see what happens with Acadian. GP is the Jenkins special. It's pretty good to know that the Aphelios is going to make life hard on him. Do we see Meech grab a marksman, or do we see CLG make a play at maybe taking a mid laner? I would like marksman.
Yeah,
I must say though, I would consider Ezreal. I think Ezreal here with no support showing, and given the front line you have, dodging out on the Gnar, it is an option. But if you take the Jinx, this means that Prismal could snag that Tahm Kench again, which he is 3-1 on in his 4 plays of Academy. It synergizes well. You can get him out of the Wukong ult. You deny that from the Jinx. This makes a lot of sense to me.
I agree. I expect that to be the pick right here. Nice, easy softball for Golden Guardians to get with how well Prismal has been playing on this champion, plus how it's the takeaway from the Jinx, so you don't have to worry about banning it. It all looks sunshine and rainbows for Golden Guardians.
Yeah. Something I really like, too, is that this opens up the champ pool for Leader. Leader loves to play these melee assassins, loves to get in on the back line. Tahm Kench can neutralize a lot of those champions with his ultimate. So, it's a deny. Jinx is now going to be naked on that back line. Again, we saw what Leader was able to do with that in the last game. Has the chance to replicate it here as no mid lanes are picked. I expect to see some mid lane bans coming out, especially from the side of CLG. Just champs that don't want Leader to blind. I would consider maybe getting rid of it in Azir here if I was GG or CLG. Whereas it looks like same support bans being thrown out by Golden Guardians. Going to give Breezy that Rakan if he so chooses to have it. They just don't want to deal with the Lulu or the Renata in this matchup.
Which makes sense, because if they try to draft anything like they did last time, they're going to look for more of that dive potential, put Leader on one of those melee assassins that can try to get right on top of Jinx. It will be a little bit more difficult, though. When you have a Wukong that's going to be in front of you, the Cyclone is going to be pretty impactful as well. Looking at what that support pick might be for Breezy, the retcon that you kind of called out just now is an option, but didn't really offer the best peel to save Meech. We saw how many times Meech was caught out by all the consistent dives.
Find the bans from CLG curious. Looks like they're just denying Yasuo combos. It might have been scared of just a one-shot team coming out from Golden Guardians. I gotta say, I think that's actually two decent bans decently used just to deny that. I think it's really good in what CLG is showing at the moment, especially with no Tom Kench. So I do like that decision from CLG, but they do that through the Azir. Triple is happy to take the Corki even after the nerfs that we have seen. I am still curious to see if we have a Hydra second. We've yet to see that. I think it synergizes better with or numbers changes they made to Corki. Hydra second might be an option, but Magic Pen's still pretty good. Corki, same champion when he has package and still good in the late game, but objective setup does a lot less damage. So
yeah,
Golden Guardians, this comp early, they can really push with it. And I think if they take a jungler that can capitalize, 5-pick, Viego's up, but if Acadian wants to go for something different, Nocturne again here is not bad, honestly.
No, it's not. I was kind of looking at that as well, but Zac is what he goes for instead. Talk about long-range engage.
Okay. Whenever I see a Zac, I always immediately think of the cancels that can come in against Zac. So there we have Cyclone, we have Charm from Breezy, and Grand Entrance. Those are the things that can get over Elastic Slingshot. That is
also
very low. Package.
The package, but I'm thinking of the grenades, the traps from Jinx. You can't jump over those.
If chompers are enabled, yes, but there is a prep time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to react to it and straight up cancel the Elastic Slingshot, which is where Zac. I mean, that is the biggest part of Zac's kit, connecting with those E's. But this is a jungler where if you get into the later levels, Zac's allowed, to get to 9 undeterred. Zac is so good in the later stages of the game. Once you get Zac past level 13, you are a beast if you are anywhere close to being on pace with everyone else, just given how well this champion scales. So I kind of like the curveball being thrown here by the side of Golden Guardians. And, we talked about that Tom Kench being taken away from the Jinx, giving that to Prismal. That takes away protection if Zac ever finds Jinx in that back line. It should be difficult to do, but if that ever happens, you gotta believe that's a fight the Golden Guardians are just gonna straight up win.
And if I'm also even looking at how they've drafted for themselves leader on Azir, not the melee mid laner that we kind of expect him to play. This is, I think, his most played champion so far in Academy.
It is.
But I just like seeing him better on the melees. I don't know how well he's going to be able to pilot this against Corki.
It's hard to not want to see leader on melees given his pop-offs. I actually think his Azir is really good. And he made a couple mistakes against 100 Thieves yesterday in that game that he's going to want back. So let's see if he can patch that up in this game today.
And pick up a 2-0. That would be, I think, their second one of the entire split for Golden Guardians. This has more about pride on the line for Golden Guardians than anything else.
Yeah.
They are locked in to the bottom 4. But if they can have this momentum, a 2-0 against CLG Academy, a team way higher in the standings than they are, that will be a great, great message to send to everyone going into Proving Grounds.
We'll see. Excited to get into the game, see if they can do it.
Same here. I'm really excited to get into this game. Game 2 with a lead for Golden Guardians Academy. But CLG, they've now got Jenkins onto one of his most comfortable champions in gameplay. They've got that Jinx late game option with Corki, as well as Kevy, the champion that he has been playing the best on, Wukong.
30 seconds until
Yeah, Kevy's Wukong is 5-1 since he joined in week 5. So it's his most played, his most successful. Something I've seen Kevy do quite a bit of is the reverse clear on Wukong. So that is, starting red and going over red raptors to your top side, and then you cycle back for the crab. That's something that we'll see if that's an option, because I must say, for Kevy, first crab, I am a bit concerned. I think the Golden Guardians early, they do get pushed in these lanes, especially if Prismal Array are allowed to start in that bot side. And with Zac, you can do a lot of creative starts. So it might be a Raptor start here for Acadia and try and cycle those camps early, try and get as many levels as you can. Levels are so valuable for Zac, and it looks like CLG, knowing that Zac's weak early, has a game plan to contest this, as they're going to late invade.
Nice ward from Acadian, though. Will spot out that movement. sure he should lose that red buff, but you can see the pathing already. They've got a ward in the pixel brush in the bottom half of the map. They'll be able to clear out these wolves pretty easily, even get the romp blue at the same time. Ooh, look at this little cinematic.
Oh, we got deer cam on.
Yeah, look at that.
Love it. Alcove Gaming, baby.
All right, just keep it like this. This is like one of those cozy podcast vibes we get. See how Array and Principal are doing, if they can fight. I kind of like that.
Honestly, for our production staff, you just got Mad Magical to endorse cozy podcast vibes instead of action. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, it's a rarity.
That's how you know you've done something well. You got Mad Magical to break character.
Yeah, because I'm like, hey, that's put on some lo-fi, just chill out, watch the bot lane for a while, see what happens.
Speaking of breaking script, Kevy, that's broken the script of this game. Level 2. Leader doesn't have E yet. He doesn't have E.
There's the flash in, and one more bonk should pick up the kill. I think he wants to give it over to Triple, though. It will be a long chase. A lot of time burned. Mostly, though, Leader dragging out this fight.
Spotted.
He's spotted it. They know where he's going. Even if he gets executed off right now, it should still be kill credit for Kevy.
Yeah, and I mean, Kevy breaking the script. Leader has to respect that early. Doesn't have access to level 3, so doesn't have that E yet. Gets caught out. And Kevy even left a small Raptor up too, so that's going to set Zach behind. I really like that choice from Kevy, but that long chase might have been able to Katie to get in here. He's up a level.
Got the last
no decoy
shots too, and Kevy with an exhaust from Prismal tries to smite heal up, but they've got Array in position to clean up another kill and set him up for success.
All right, never mind. Leader long chase. That was OP, Leader. That was the best decision that I've seen you make, baby. As him going into the turret, giving his life away, that opened up things for Acadian to swing the jungle matchup in his favor. Kevy goes too deep on the chase, loses tempo in the jungle. Leader, yeah, I mean, it's kill gold going over to Kevy, but experience levels are so important for the Zac on Acadian, and he is way ahead of the Wukong now.
Yeah, I will say, it's like you talked about, how much time he kills with this long chase, eventually execute. Look at where Acadian's path. Look at where Acadian's pathing.
You know how my entire pep talk was Concept playing for the boys, playing for the team?
Uh-huh.
This is Leader playing for the boys, guys. He had to go into the turret to open up this play for Acadian, man, because this is really good from Golden Guardians. Again, we talked about how they have push in lanes early. This bot lane has push. Array Prismal can come support this play. And Kevy, that split map late, that good start, it's gone. Acadian is way ahead in this jungle matchup now on a Zac, a champ that scales to infinity.
Uh-huh. Plus getting an early kill for Array into a lane that should already be Aphelios favored. With how Prismal's been playing, they always look for these aggressive plays. And getting a little bit of love back and forth. Thumbs up with a bit of a dance from Prismal.
Yeah, Prismal just here to hover. Leader, doesn't have flash, wants to make sure he can get this wave in. Acadian, unfortunately, we'll see that his Raptor camp, well, was left a small chicken nugget. But still, I mean, if you are a Zac and you are Acadian right now, this is a great early game start for you as Concept. He's getting feisty here with Jenkins, trying to show off some of that Gnar practice that he's been putting into Champs queue. Look at this, he's pointed out wonderfully.
Right, I was about to say, he's doing this excellently, where he was the one who took the biggest chunk of damage at the initial stages of the fight and was able to get nearly all that onto Jenkins, but unfortunately, he overstayed his welcome, has to flash back away from Kevy.
Hopped in to get him over that little corner of the wall. He got stuck, forced the flash. Concept does have that spotted now as, oh no, Kevy dropped the control ward, but Kevy being spotted on the top side does allow Golden Guardians, who are pathing top spot after Acadian was able to flip the map back to take this dragon, and Golden Guardians are right on pace.
Right on pace, and this bottom half of the map is really stepping up. Prismal, we already highlighted so well yesterday, but today he's playing just as well.
So Kevy's on the top side. They're going to try and get a dive off here on Concept, who doesn't have Mega. Acadian guessing this is going to take the second Raptor respawn, which is a lot of experience going over to him as Concept.
Concept doesn't have flash
he's
either.
Dead.
He was dead. It was a clean dive from Kevy. Wait a minute, minions! Nearly take down Kevy. Didn't understand the aggro. Now bot lane. This is what we were talking about before. Prismal all over the map. Says, hello, my old friend. Get back to base.
And this winning lane that GG has taken bot, again, the Aphelios Tom Kench, what Prismal has been able to do with this.
So aggressive.
Him and Array doing really good work in the laning phase here. It's enabled Acadian, again, in a jungle matchup where Zac loses. You need to get Zac behind. Acadian is so far ahead in this early game because of how Golden Guardians has played around the jungle, and it's been the bot lane helping out for the entirety of it. Acadian has this massive lead. He's going to go take all of his camps that have now just respawned again, and Kevy has nothing left to take.
No, he's kind of just on a way down towards the bottom where he can't really do anything. He's spiraling out of control because Acadian just has all this control. Look at how many camps he has over Kevy. And like you talked about, Zac is a champion that just, as the game continues on, it just gets scarier and scarier to deal with.
And I mean, after this clear, Zac's going to be so big. If I'm GG, I don't even care that much about the Herald. I'm just going to try and make a bot play.
Yeah.
Like, get my Zac a full clear, make a bot play to get a Felios, like 2 plates. Who cares about Herald? That can go over to CLG. If I'm able to funnel my marksman and make sure that Zac's ahead, I think that's exactly what Golden Guardians are looking for at the moment. And I hope we see him stick to that game plan, but we will see, as Rift Herald is 15 seconds away from spawning here, Mad Magical. And Kevy, he's pathing towards the bot side too, so I'm curious if Acadian ends up making the same decision. Concept did just lose Mega, so that means that he will be a little bit harder for him to force the GP out, as Concept is also behind.
So we're trying to get the mid wave set up so it will be controlled by CLG, pushing back. That's why I was actually expecting Kevy to pass back towards the top lane. Okay, he is. He is trying to make sure that he's in the vicinity to contest that Rift Herald so that they get that pretty easily, especially when you look top lane with the control Jenkins has.
This is the right play for CLG. I don't think Golden Guardians should contest again. I think the Golden Guardians should complete Acadian's clear and try to attack the bot side. As you can see, Leader,
I agree.
He can get shoved. If he gets shoved and they can delay the Rift, the more they delay it, the better. But at the moment, GG, they're making some sort of move. Array's stuck in the middle.
Oh, they've delayed it.
He's going to go back bot.
Kevy's failed completely. They're afraid. They realized that Leader was just getting that big shove, and Concept was already Mega rotating down. So instead of getting the objective that we expected for CLG, GG just delay it from going into the hands of CLG at all.
And it's red-white for Array. Usually you have this gun timer up around the Rift Herald. It's really big as Acadian's going to try and connect it. He does.
Nice thing. The Shurima shuffle, flash away, kill for Leader. Bot lane, they are engaging as well. Prismal, he wants his old buddy. He says, we've been playing together for a while, but instead, I'll focus elsewhere. I couldn't get that tongue lash, so I have to bail.
Kevy Flash cannot get on Leader, so Golden Guardians just get a free kill mid. That's the power of the Zac. You flash the Elastic Slingshot, but that Q connects. You get dragged back on in. Leader and Acadian comboing again. It's a different look for them this game with the Zac and Azir, but they're on the same page.
They are, and this is something that we've been kind of wanting to see more out of Acadian, this veteran jungler. We know what he's capable of. We've seen it so many times with different mid laners. But having this synergy, more practice that they've gotten from last week to this week with that mid laner finally being here, you can just see how that translated to the stage.
And now Golden Guardians are able to execute that plan I was talking about. Who cares about that Rift Herald? Get your bot lane placed. Because Acadian killed the mid laner and then was just on the bot side of the map, the bot lane for CLG ended back all the way off. So that's 3 plates going over to Array. Yes, it is a Rift Herald taken by CLG, but I would much rather take the plates on my marksman where I also deny a wave of golden experience from the enemy marksman if I'm on the side of Golden Guardians. I think they're playing out this game very well.
But shifting our attention elsewhere, going back to the top lane, Concept on Gnar. This is something that we're teasing about being something he's been spamming in Champions Queue, but it was countered by Jenkins' Gangplank. And sure, it's not exactly a counter, but it is Jenkins on one of the 2 champions he really made his name for when he was on Team Liquid Academy. And he's nearly taken the full plates of that top tier turret to counteract these Golden Guardian bot plays.
It is something that CLG, I mean, can use as some strength moving into the later stages. But again, I think Golden Guardians, their comp at the moment, is so much stronger. Especially, you know, with Azir going Ludens up against these squishies. Ludens Azir, that can do quite a bit of damage, as at the moment.
Nice
Acadian.
Acadian.
Yeah, nice Elastic Slingshot that was necessary. He's going to return to his camps, as the bot lane for GG does have to pick up that wave. We will see if there is any play for the Dragon by the side of CLG. as they have to return to their ways right now if they can set it up again. I think that it will be a window open up here for Golden Guardians to start the Dragon if they want to. As Acadian, look at the pit.
They got the control there. Acadian hasn't even started. He is just waiting. They know that the bot lane isn't in a perfect position. It was all Meech by himself, so with Kevy and Breezy both showing up, he will fall back. But again, our attention shifts back to the top lane. A full turret was taken solo by Jenkins.
Yeah, that's big time. So I think all the setup for CLG, I mean, I've been really excited about how Golden Guardians has played out this early game around the bot side, but that one play that Kevy was able to pull off top with Jenkins, that's all that Jenkins needed to create a humongous solo lead in the top lane. As Jenkins really taking it to Concepts Gnar. Yeah, that's 2K. That's real big.
That's completely evens up all the different gold deficits they have across the map.
I still think the good news for Golden Guardians is that they have gold on good people. I still think having gold on Aphelios at this point of the game could be very, very big for them. But Array will have to be very careful playing around this cannon barrage, along with the barrels from Jenkins, as Jenkins has actually snuck into this bot lane.
Should notice, though, once they see that triple has gone up to the top side, they should expect that Jenkins is around the bottom half of the map for the Dragon setup.
Oh, they're going to collapse. They're going to collapse.
They're going to collapse, and there's Jenkins' cannon barrage. It cuts off the retreat. That's going to be a Gale Force away from Array, leaving the Catfish out to get noodled and fished by CLG.
Array played that very well in the back half, actually autoed a barrel and flashed out from the Rakan combo. So he does drop a summoner spell, but he at least lives, and Golden Guardians didn't make a play for this Dragon early enough. So Jenkins was able to rotate after taking that top lane turret. Triple got packaged, and CLG should use this to take the second Dragon of the game in their favor.
Getting themselves a neutral objective. Great start for CLG to bounce back into this game. They're looking. That's going to be the back line with the Emperor's Divide. A lot of damage and the kill on the leader. A couple of members go golden. The Concept has the damage. An Array shows up in the nick of time to save the game. Meech cannot escape from this one. Array gets a triple kill in this fight and can continue to push back CLG.
I actually love what Golden Guardians did there, because they let Array get the kill and they use Zac passive for it, and Golden Guardians may not be done. It's red-white.
Oh, yeah. He's just diving for this one. Going for a delayed penta or quadra kill. They got the flash out of Jenkins, and they put the gobble. They were trying to get back towards Jenkins, possibly look for more. But honestly, it was all good plays from Golden Guardians there.
And huge from Array, who, I mean, as this rookie marksman, it feels like Array on this team. You know, when you're on a 10th place team, sometimes marksman is a really tough role to have an impact from. But Array with Prismal, these 2 games of Aphelios plus Tom Kench, Array's been massive. Keep in mind, he made a nice play to live, to be alive for this play in the bot lane. He autoed a barrel, flashed out of a Rakan combo. That keeps Array alive to make sure he can rotate to this mid play. Enables Golden Guardians to even go for that, and Array capitalizes with the triple kill now, as he cashed in on the early lead he was granted by his team, and Array has a big chance to carry this game for Golden Guardians.
Second time in a row as well, even if last time it was a whole concerted team effort. Here really is the Array show. God, you couldn't ask for anything better out of an Aphelios Tom Kench lane, where you want that early game to work out well, where you can punish the hyperscaling Jinx early into the game before she has any items.
And we're going to have to keep our eyes on Array moving forward, because honestly, sneaking in those autos on the barrels could be critical if Golden Guardians want to win some of these fights, because the 2 members that have the most gold are accelerated. It's Jenkins and Array on each team respectively in what is a really close game here. One of the first close ones that we've had on the stream so far today, Mad Magical, despite being game 4. See if it can continue.
Last game, Golden Guardians were able to get a triumphant and a quick victory against CLG, but here it is far closer. We're within 1,000 gold of one another at 16 minutes into the game, which might not seem like much, but the grand entrance didn't work out, but the battle dance did.
Hey, you know what? Bro moved there from leader. 1 skill shot missed, so naturally he just donated his ult. That's fine. Yeah, let's ignore those plays here on Academy. You know, sometimes they happen.
That's all like, we just move on.
Exactly. We just move on. As
can we talk about Array more? I want to talk about Array more.
I want to talk about Acadian more on Zach because we're at level 9, baby.
Okay, that's a good point. I'll let you do that. Then we can promise we can talk about Array after that.
All right, that's fine. Agreements being made here on the Academy stream with Mad Magical as... Oh, okay. We have to actually pause it because Acadian... Last swing shot is off, but Leader's caught.
Quickness on to Leader. Jarima Shuffle gets him out of dodge, but he's got to be careful. The missile coming in from Triple. On the other side, Tevi was the one that got caught out. He's got the chase from Breezy with Ignite ticking on to Leader. He will die underneath the 2 turrets. But the fight on the other side is where things have been a little bit risky. And now Array focusing on Amish. That damage on top of the enemy AD carry gets gobbled up by Prismal as well, but wasn't able to pick up the kill on Amish. That auto attack will be able to get enough, and now he's got to make sure he's kiting this one back. But with the shutdown picked up by Gangplank, things are going topsy-turvy for Golden Guardians. They're losing out on a lot with the TP coming in. Prismal will survive.
Oh, Prismal gets out, but it's a disastrous play for Golden Guardians, and one of those mistakes that we were talking about from Leader's Azir yesterday, there was a moment against 100 Thieves where he EQ'd into the bot brush, where you can see the control word right now in the minimap. He does the same mistake here, face checking the top brush before Rift Herald. Breezy and Triple find him on a control board. He's taken out of the fight before it can start, and then on the back half, Array was never able to get involved. You just can't walk up. The zap from Meech is so good. He gets stuck between 2 spots. He's forced to commit onto Meech with Prismal. They are able to get in, but Golden Guardians were split. They go for a play when they were at a TP disadvantage, and they get punished by CLG.
There's a great play and a great punish for CLG, catching members out of position, the unforced airs initially, but then afterwards, where it seemed like Golden Guardians might be able to turn it around off the back of Array, they turn their attention onto the most important member. Killing Array is going to be their aim of the game at every single point, because if left alone, this Aphelios is going to absolutely 1v9.
And that was a great moment from Breezy and Jenkins to find that pick on the Leader, playing with vision. Really important they were able to do so as they gap themselves a winning angle as Acadian.
Ooh,
that elastic spin shot, the force out package, I'd say that's well worth, even if Acadian does lose a good chunk of his health for our Leader. Delivering some damage back, Kevy!
Oh, nicely done, though, from Leader to disengage the fight. A flash away from the rocket. That could have been dicey. And now they have to see how they can bail out of the fight. Leader does not want to stop just yet. 5 members mid lane, and he's still using those soldiers to try to clear out the minion wave.
Acadian's trying to re-engage Jenkins pretty far up.
He's got to be careful. Pulls back in Jenkins. Look at what Triple's doing on the other side. Keeping Prismal so low. And if you take out Tom Kench, there is no way Array will be able to escape.
Fortunately for Array, he does have the BT, so he has been able to get his health bar back, his Concept.
Oh, now Concept just dead. Bursted down with a Moonlight Vigil coming out of Array. With the Gale Force to get a shutdown back onto Jenkins. Array, is this your time to 1v9?
Array?
I called it earlier, but I didn't expect it to be this quickly. He takes only the 1 kill off the Pirate, getting the treasure necessary for the bigger prize of Dragon.
And Array stepping up on this Aphelios. We talked about him yesterday. Someone with his time in Amateur, when he joined Resolve, he was part of that team that upset Team Liquid in the first round, or C9 in the first round of Summer Proving Grounds. It was TL in spring without him with the core, but Array, he's someone that really, we teased as this big late game team fighter. We made comparisons to Spawn earlier in the split, that Array's just like a year behind Spawn, but very similar players when they were coming into Academy. And seeing Array utilize this lead, stepping up at the right times on Aphelios, this is a champ that when you are playing the matchup in the Jinx, in the Corki, you have to pick the right spots to step up in fights and make plays. Array's been doing that so far in this game.
It's also appropriate to call out Aphelios is now tied as his most played champion in his entire career. The only one that matches that is Jinx. Shows the prowess and the capabilities he has on this champion. He's put the time, the energy, the sweat and tears into mastering this champion, and we've seen it now. Twice in a row, he's 6-1 with 9,500 gold to his name.
And we're going to have to see what Golden Guardians can do as the stretching strike from Zach. Is that the cue? Stretching strike?
He's stretching a strike, yeah.
Oh, okay. We're good.
I think it's unstable matter as the W.
Yeah, that one doesn't matter. That who cares about that?
Yeah. And then let's bounce as the last one.
No one's ever going to say that. Yeah, as Acadian is going to snag that away. Does ding 11 from that. So
okay, that's good. And with the rest of the team nearby, try to see if they can be the ones to chip at the health bars that CLG have. I don't expect anything to happen just yet. Just a little bit of a dance around this top side of the map.
Shankins is going to be able to get this bot turret, as it will be a late show from Concept, who will show as Mega. Leader, don't get caught again, man.
Oh, no. Leader!
No one's showing on any waves. You got to respect it. Once that backs off, you got to get out. Leader going for that turret at the wrong time, gets punished again by CLG, and it's really given CLG a way back into this game.
Oh, right now with Kevy in the back line, 3 members hit by the Cyclone. He's got to be really careful. That's a lot of damage. Nice devour from Brisbal to keep Array alive, punt him back towards the turret, but the damage from Triple is too much. And Meech is now excited. It's his turn to start cleaning up. They've got damage to the Zap. Rocket goes wide, but he doesn't need it because he had the auto attack on Tomken.
There was a lot of damage going on to Array. I think that Devour either came in too early or too late. You got to use it to get, some form of CC out. Once Array got spit out, it was just really a firing range here for CLG. But also, Array took so much damage before that. It's kind of tough to tell when he can be devoured, but either way, Kevy getting involved on the Wukong, his most successful champion so far. He's really helped turn this game around for CLG. The way that him and Breezy are setting up these side lane picks, that's the second time that Breezy's found leader in that top side.
And it is honestly just wild to see CLG find these picks to get themselves a pretty sizable lead, where it had been looking like this was a Golden Guardians game through and through. So much gold was piled into Array, but he's died twice now. No longer even has the bounty on his head. You can see, Wall still has about 2,000 gold over Meech. It was 3,000 gold before that last fight.
Oh, man. Well, Array, I mean, I still got to believe it. We got to keep our eyes on him to carry. And the good news for Array is that while he did go down in that last skirmish, he didn't have access to any summoner spells. He's got both coming back up now. As Breezy Kevy might be looking for a setup on him before he gets the flash, but that flash is real close coming up for Array, and he does have Prismal in his back pocket. Really like how Prismal hovering Array in the backside. As that's a minute until Dragon should see full reset out from Golden Guardians after this wave. And we'll see what the setup's like for this next objective.
This game has now gone from just slightly having to play around Array to fully having to play around Array. You have to build everything possible around this player for success as Concept. If he can join in these fights, he will be important to help engage alongside Acadian. But they gotta make sure they're all starting to group up soon.
At the moment, it seems like Golden Guardians... Okay, now they're transitioning into the bot side. I was about to say. They were trying to make sure they had some Baron vision. Are not able to get it yet. I really like how Meech is playing cautiously around this mid-wave. Triple basing package that's right on time. 25 seconds before the objective. Great take here from Triple, as this is a scary part for Golden Guardians. Let's see if Acadian uses the Elastic Slingshot to get the package out again.
They're pinging Baron. They're not even looking towards that Dragon. It is only soul point potential that Golden Guardians can gain for themselves. But so, yeah, GG no.
They didn't have vision on Baron, but they saw that ward get dropped from the control ward. So GG knows they can use package or Elastic Slingshot to try and get the package out of Corki. I think that's a really important cooldown for Golden Guardians to make sure is down for CLG as Breezy.
Oh no, Breezy took a lot of damage. They're trying to stop the pistol dive of Crystal.
Good chunk from Leader. This allows Acadian to look up. Look at how he's always looking at Triple, trying to bait that package out. Concept, that's a lot of damage. Array is very far up.
As well. Here's the package in combo, but now Triple taking a turret shot will die to Concept. He's about to go Mega. Could jump over the wall. They've already got a low health target. Breezy is way too low to re-engage this fight. Now you can see the pings. It is Golden Guardians looking to see if they can be the ones that take the objective.
It's a Cloud Soul. It's deprioritized here for every team. GG. They got Triple off the map. It is a TP for Triple. So whatever play they have to make, they have to do in the next 28 seconds. At the moment, it's pretty much a 3v5 with Breezy being taken so low. He has to reset. And they have ways to keep Kevy out of the pit.
No cannon barrage. No
3K.
Real easy way to get inside of that pit. And it will be taken by Golden Guardians, finding the one pick onto Triple, and even looking to see if they can pressure and rotate around for that Dragon.
And Triple's had some of these moments in the split He's going to TP back, see if he can be involved in the dragon fight.
Flash
as
in
Kevy.
Cyclone dodges away from the last slingshot. They've got a lot of combos, but they already lost Breezy. With how low Golden Guardian's numbers are, you've got to see where they're going to be able to engage. They've got the back line. They've already taken out 2 of the tanks, and Meech was able to survive. But now they've got to make sure that these carries are surviving. Jenkins, he's got 3 kills, and he's got a lot of damage, but Triple needs to whittle away at Golden Guardians beforehand. But with that Bloodthirster and IE for Array, it's difficult to keep him low.
I think Array can run this fight. He's just going to have to worry about the barrels. The barrels, though, things can get weird. It's Cannon Barrage.
Look at Concept on the other side, focusing on Triple, chasing him down. Doesn't hit the boomerang.
It got weird.
Kill, and wait a minute, how did Array die on the other side? The Dragon will be picked up by CLG. Well, Concept gets zapped. He's slowed. He's got damage, but can he survive?
Oh, what?
Concept, how do you do it, man?
The Randuin's is huge for Gnar, as it is one way to get around the crit, multi-crit on the side of CLG, but I will say Array, that find from CLG and Jenkins, this is a crazy fight overall, as a couple really small moments that ended up being really big. First off, Breezy goes down, but they are at least able to get the passive out of the Katie, and then watch this flash from Meech. This flash from Meech. Concept's going for the Gnar. React flash. Meech does not lose 50-50 reaction plays. He gets out, and he lives for the rest of this fight until Concept takes it out in the back half. That's what enables CLG to turn this around in the first place.
But the fact is also, somehow Array dies in this fight where it seemed like he was nigh unkillable.
He couldn't get the auto down in the barrel. Watch this triple chain. As he's not in range for the first one, couldn't get the second. Jenkins takes him down. He's slowed by the Cannon Barrage as well. His tools were already burned. No safety on the back half. And then Concept is able to clean him up, the Randuin's. Some nice tech coming out of Concept there, going up against both the GP and Meech. Meech unfortunately walked into the Boomerang Blade. He'll want that one back. But Concept takes him down, and we got a close back and forth game, as that was Baron taken away from Golden Guardians. Concept's the only member that's alive that has it up, and it's going to expire soon.
And also the gold is back to dead even. It was CLG with a little bit of a lead for some time, but now Golden Guardians bounce back and get an even game state once again. And we see where the gold is really piled for both teams. It is about utilizing Array and Jenkins. They've got the pick on Array, or do they? Prismal keeps him alive. Massive shield. Concept's Gnar drags back in Kemi, who gets the Cyclone in the back line, looking for Array, but he'll silence the Monkey. Monkey King is dead. Dreamer Shuffle did not connect. They got a little bit of damage on CLG, who are underneath their turret, but with one member, only one member having that Baron buff, they should be fine defending this turret for now, unless Acadian can get a huge electric slingshot, and it bounces around Meech. The late game is gone. They picked him off, and now with Array having taken so much of the tower, he'll be fine. Minions are starting to pour back in, and he'll heal up to full.
All the tools have been used to make sure Elastic Slingshot can't connect, so now Acadian, he just gets to rain these on CLG with no answer, as CLG have to drop this inhibitor, and Golden Guardians looking for a 2-0 against CLG late in the season here, Mad Magic.
And this would be, I think, one of 2 that they've gotten. Yeah, they've only ever gotten 1 before, and that was way back in time.
And against the bottom team in the league, it was against old TSM. As I mean, this is against CLG. This is a good team that we have in Academy, but Prismal, the save onto Array there was so big. Love the turnaround from Concept, as now Kevy is forced to take a one-way trip. Array melts him, and Leader finds another pick in the back half in a sec. He finds it with Acadian. That magical.
Yes, it's Acadian initiating. They got the flash off of Breezy. That was the play that Leader was able to get. And then right here is where they find the other play on the back half.
Array barely living, but just enough HP to make sure that the first inhibitor falls in favor of Golden Guardians. And, you know, GG, I think it is worth mentioning, they are staring down a Jinx and a Corki. But this is a nerf Corki and a Jinx that does not have a ton of protection. It is really up to Jenkins and Kevy to peel for this Jinx. Slow everything down the Golden Guardians are throwing on them in the front side. And it really feels like until Meech gets that IE, the Golden Guardians are just the stronger team at the moment. They have all the momentum, all the map control in their favor. And nothing's stopping them. Nothing's slowing them down, as Jenkins now
using the Cannon Barrage, but with 4 tanky members diving here, it's pretty easy for them to kill that Gangplank and give more gold over to Array.
That's an expensive wave. The show on is now, I mean, Dragon is a free setup for Golden Guardians, but they don't care about that Dragon. Again, it's a Cloud. They care about the base. They know they are still somewhat on a timer. They're trying to wrap this one up. Now they want a second inhibitor.
Here comes back Prismal into the fight, but Triple, who took down the tier 1 turret in the bot lane, is traded for so much control that Golden Guardians now grab for themselves, including that top tier turret, getting the inhibitor down.
They got Triple to grab package now, so I don't think Golden Guardians can stick around any longer to try and wrap up this game. I think maybe thinking about going to Dragon here would be a safer bet, as package is tough. You can't dive 2 Nexus turrets plus a package. And GG are actually retreating towards the top side, as, again, neither team really cares that much about Dragon. It's all about the Baron. It is Cloud Soul, as Cadian trying to use the last slingshot, is able to get package.
Right, and with Baron up, they can turn.
That might be enough. There is one ward that GG just killed, but the damage that Array and Leader are packing at the moment, I don't think CLG gets here in time.
Look how fast it's getting burned.
Cannon Barrage.
They notice it. They know they don't want to get into the pit with Cannon Barrage already spotting them out, but it's so low, it's so quick. It's secured by Acadian. Now the re-engage fight from Kevy. Kevy wants to take out Array, but the Gnarls into the wall. Concept saving the game for Golden Guardians with the lead they've already had. So Array can now spray and pray everybody. A nice kill for Concept, but more for Array as they look to take down Jenkins. Array 11-3 on Ophelia. A rampage to boot and taking Jenkins down as well.
And Concept, the champs Q practice on Gnar. It didn't show in the laning phase. He got ganked by Kevy. Jenkins kind of crushed him, but it shows in the later stages as Concept comes up with the big Mega Gnar. That's going to give Golden Guardians the 2-0. What a game from Array as well, as Golden Guardians continue to up their form before Proving Grounds.
When it comes to team towards the bottom, in the bottom 4, this is what you need to see, getting ready for the Proving Grounds and showing everyone, even if they have the 10th seed, they are a scary team that you don't want to have to face off against.
I mean, it's a 10th seeded team, but it's a new roster. Leaders in, Prismal's in. They actually have time to play together now.
Right.
And it feels like some of the pieces around them have upped their game too. Concept's playing a lot better in the second half of the split. Array, now that I think Acadian, Prismal Leader, making some better decisions around him, has really gotten to shine a little bit as a late game carry too. And Golden Guardians, I mean, what more can you ask for? A team came into today, 6 wins out of the 32 games we've had so far in Academy. They find a 2-0 against the middle of the pack team, get to show, strut their stuff with this new roster. And I mean, if I'm an amateur team looking at going toe-to-toe with them early, I believe they're going up against EG Prodigies. If they get that 10th seed, that's a scary matchup for EGP. I would not want to draw this team if I'm an amateur team playing in that do-or-die best-of-3 to kick off Proving Grounds. GG looks scary, and good to see them scaling at the right time. I know it hasn't been a fun split over in that camp. Concept said it yesterday, they've gotten sick twice. They had roster changes, they had a coach subbing in, but it feels like everything is starting to come together at the right time as we're about to hit postseason.
Hey, week 7, and they're already at a 3-1 with only one more best-of-2 remaining for them in tomorrow. This is a good look for Golden Guardians and makes me hopeful for their future, but we got to toss to a break for now and get ready for our interview with the successful and victorious Golden Guardians, so make sure you stay tuned.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Verizon post-game interview. I'm sitting down with Prismal to talk about a little bit of the victors, a little bit about yourself. First off, I have to ask, how are you enjoying your time on Golden Guardians and just being support in general?
Well, it's no secret that we haven't been doing too well, except for today. So it's been a learning process, especially for me, role swapping to support. It's been kind of rough to learn the role and make a lot of mistakes and kind of into it. But as of today and as of lately, I feel really good about the progress that I'm making and the progress that we're making as a team. So it's good vibes.
I'm glad that you're feeling some good vibes about that because, like you said, hasn't been necessarily the greatest track record for Golden Guardians in terms of just the standings, but that's not really going to matter heading into Proving Grounds. Since there has been that improvement, how are you feeling about Golden Guardians heading into Proving Grounds shortly?
I'm definitely feeling a lot better about how our team's shaping up, especially leading up to Proving Grounds. All of us are taking things super seriously, and we're all actually getting better and providing each other meaningful feedback. I feel like on some team environments, people are just too afraid to be like, yo, this was really bad, or just giving their teammates what they think, like honestly. And our team does a really good job of just getting to the root of the issues, especially because we've been losing for so long. And it feels really good to just work with everyone, where everyone involved, our coaches, our coaching staff, coaches, players, everyone's super focused on what can we do better, how do we win these games, what actually went wrong. And so I feel like for that reason, we're going to do really good going into Proving Grounds.
I'm glad to hear the confidence, and I'm glad to hear the change that's been happening behind the scenes to make this possible. You coming to the roster was obviously a change up for Golden Guardians as well. Leader who should have been there sooner, but you know how visa hell is sometimes. And Leader has seemed to be someone who's been performing really well on the team. I'd love to hear your thoughts about that and just that team environment with him around.
I mean, Leader's been great. Adam, he is such a character. He's such a fun guy to be around, and he brings up our spirits whenever I'm in call with him. And also, he's just a very vocal, someone that's like really quick to punish mistakes and go for really like fast plays. So every time he sees someone out of position, he's just screaming and calling, "Yo, yo, yo, guys, is this allowed? Can he really do this?" And so all of us are super on board. And because of that kind of direction and leadership, I feel like it makes our team a lot better. And so just having him around has been a super blast. I love hearing about the game from him, talking to him about the game, just being around him. It's great.
That's amazing. I'm excited to see how that goes on going forward in Proving Grounds too, because that sounds like a really strong voice that the team needs in these kind of dire times. I'm talking a little bit about your history, and specifically your history with the Breezy. Obviously, you two played together as a bot duo, and now you're playing up against each other. I would love it if you could just tell us a little bit more about your relationship, and if you feel kind of a friendly rivalry going up against him now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely feel a rivalry with Brendan Breezy. I think he's someone, since I played with him for so long, we know each other's tendencies, but I definitely have the advantage because I have never played support before, obviously, but I know, oh, he's gonna pick this champion against our team. Oh guys, he's gonna be here. And every time I play against him, even on stage, I was just constantly, we were emoting back and forth, just having fun. And it honestly is really fun to be able to play against him because we're such good friends and we've been a ball in for so long that I don't know. It's just a good time to be able to have someone like that in the scene that I can work against and like work or play against.
And from the way that you're talking about it, still good friends.
Definitely. I mean, maybe not after we 2-0 them, who knows? But hopefully we're still chill after this. We can still get food or something. If you're here, Brendan, I'm still down.
Hopefully you're paying for the bill if you two go out for lunch or something.
My treat.
There you go. There you go. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Before I let you go, is there any shout outs, anything that you'd like to say to anyone watching?
Sure, yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. I just want to say thanks to everyone at Golden Guardians for working really hard. It's been so stressful, so rough. Everyone knows, everyone's seen us play, but things are finally coming together. I want everyone that's supporting us to know that, we are taking things super seriously. We're working super hard, and you guys will have many more 2-0s, many more good games to come. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, back over to the desk.